Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our mastermind call for the Down Under group for the 18th of February. And this evening, we've got the pleasure of having Toni Everard with us. Welcome, Toni, and let us know what you've been up to since you've joined SFM.
Thanks, Robbie. Thank you for having me, and thank you, everyone, for joining in the call tonight. Yeah, look, I've been with the SFM now for just over 12 months. So it was the start of January last year that I joined. And look, the reason I joined was that I work in finance, in a finance team, the National Wine Centre, and I've been there for about 5 years. And I was looking to study something else. And really going further into accounting wasn't really that exciting for me, or HR or anything. And then a good friend of mine, Tash Bell, joined the SFM. And I saw her website and chatted to her about what she was doing, and I went, that sounds pretty exciting to me. So I joined up through her, and you know, and I just loved all the training, you know. And I remember talking to Tasha, going, oh my God, like nobody else knows this stuff, you know, it's so exciting. And so, you know, I sort of went through, going through all the modules, and the thing for me that really, I guess, caught my attention the most was all the mindset training. And I think, you know, one of the key things, well, I found for me is trying to make that transition from being an employee to an entrepreneur is really believing in your mind what it is that you're doing. And look, so, you know, and that's sort of what just kept getting my attention. And, you know, I was doing a bit of promoting of the SFM, and I just really felt that I wanted to be providing something myself. I really needed to brand myself, and I wanted to be providing something of my own. And I could see the value in coaching and how that helps entrepreneurs, how that helps other people. So that's the path I decided to go to, and going down that path, I guess my idea was to be able to be in coaching small businesses and entrepreneurs and that sort of thing. And then in that, I could promote the SFM and the Digital Business Lounge as a side thing of, look, this is how I've set my business up and created my online presence and that sort of thing. So, and then going into coaching, that's led me to my interest in NLP, which is really something that you start to find, for anyone, I don't know if anyone knows much about NLP, but it's neuro-linguistic programming, which people like Toni Robbins, I've been to Toni Robbins Unleash Power Within last year, and since learning about NLP, I found that he pretty much is an NLP coach himself. And people like Frank Kern use NLP, and all, you know, all these people, Obama, Oprah, all these people use NLP because it's really about how you communicate your message, which becomes so relevant when you're marketing. So this is how it's all sort of got tied in for me. And you know, I've started with coaching, you know, a few people that I've met on an individual level, and then now it's where I'm looking at getting into more corporate environments and coaching with the managers and leaders through there, because, you know, businesses are becoming more aware of that their success is dependent on their employees. So this is where it's going to now, and you know, my business is being built up based on everything that we learned through the SFM. So, you know, I've got my website set up, I've got my Facebook business page. One of the things that I definitely did, you know, early on that I really loved and has been really beneficial for me has been the 90-day video challenge. Look, if anyone hasn't done that and you're thinking about it, I really recommend it. It's been one of the most powerful things that I think I've done, and it's really helped me connect with a lot of people online. And you know, through that, you know, I'll just get different people contact me on Facebook. So one of the things I also want to do is talk to teenage girls. So people see my videos, have messaged me about going into schools and that sort of thing. So that's really exciting. And yeah, and even through LinkedIn, just by putting my profile on LinkedIn and sort of connecting with people there, I'm getting approached. I've just recently been approached by an executive chef in a hotel who's looking at, you know, wants to do my programs with their managers. So, you know, all of these things have come through what I've learned through the SFM, which, you know, I really didn't have any idea about before. And it's just, you know, knowing what we learn at the SFM is just so it's so powerful. And you know, even last year I went to ProBlogger on the Gold Coast, and talking to all kinds of people that work there online really made me realise how good our education is through the SFM with what we learn. So, you know, now with my coaching business, I've set up my landing pages with using Simple Lead Capture. You know, I've got a funnel I've created my own sort of freebie, which I'm finding people are just getting on my list without me even really advertising this at the moment. Just going to my website and downloading, you know, my free offer and then hopping onto my list. So, you know, all these things that I've learned through the SFM are really helping me in this business. So yeah, and my current project as well is I'm working on creating a webinar, so to also put into that funnel. Yeah, it's just amazing how well these kind of systems work. So I don't know if anyone's got any other questions that they have for me at this point in time. I'm kind of could keep chatting away.
Yes, Toni, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
You mentioned that you're doing a free offer for your clients, for your visitors.
Yeah.
What kind of what does that entail?
So yeah, so I just have a downloadable printable thing which I offer as to get your free life evaluation, and it's part of the start of my life coaching program where it's just a one sheet thing, it might be 2 sheets, and you just go through and just rate how you feel you are in your life right now and work out if you were to work on an area of your life, what would that be? Because sometimes you don't really know, you know, because it's really looking at that each part of your health, each part of your life, being finances, you know, work, relationships, spirituality, health. It all comes to form like a wheel, and if any parts of that aren't quite up to scratch, it really makes your whole, you know, life a little bit rocky. So working out, you know, where you feel you are in each part of your life, and then deciding if you were to work on a part which would have the most effect. And you know, it's a really simple tool, but it's something that people find attractive. It's like, yes, people want to know where they are in their life right now, you know. So and like I said, it's nothing that I'm really promoting or anything, it's just there on the website, but it grabs people's attention, you know. So it doesn't have to be anything that tricky, you know. You can really create something quite simple that's still providing value to people that they're going to be interested in downloading and giving you their email address in return.
Right, so it's like a sort of like a brief questionnaire that starts their cogs in their brain sort of ticking over of where they are at this part in their life.
Yeah.
Sounds brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and you know, it's a really effective thing, you know. And from there, obviously, you know, these people will have their email address, they're on my list, and then I can keep emailing them value around coaching and how coaching can help them, and just different just different tidbits of information that I get that I can forward to them.
Yep. So do you use the Aweber autoresponder to send that out to your clients or your list?
Yep. So I use Aweber and and it just automatically sends that out. And I'm looking at sort of adding in some more automatic emails to that as well.
Right.
So that there's just a bit more of a chain that, so you know that you're getting like a few emails that are just automatically going out. But it's, it's one of those things where you can just start with the basics and add on as you go along, and it doesn't have to be that, you don't have to have a big video series or any other thing. It can be that simple.
So you actually post your videos out to your list, your own personal videos. Do you get them down like the URL off your YouTube channels, or how do you do that?
Yeah, so I have to admit, in the last couple of weeks, I haven't been posting my videos much further than my Facebook page. I have been uploading them to YouTube, but I haven't really had the time because I've been away. I was away for 7 days without any internet, or just about no internet connection. But definitely that's what I'm looking at doing now. And what I'm actually really interested in doing is something that I picked up from Charlene Johnson, who has a really good podcast as well. And that is where you can Periscope, and you do a Periscope video that's going out live and you record it. And from that Periscope, you can create blogs, you can create Facebook posts, because you can get it transcribed and all that sort of thing, and just turn it into so many different bits of content, so that you're really, really being effective with what you're creating, and it saves you, a lot of time. You can get, these are things you can sort of outsource as well.
I've done a little bit of outsourcing because I've got three websites running and a lot of homeschooling stuff and farm work and that. So sometimes, it gets a little challenging to keep up the pace a bit, and I outsource a little bit there. But you've got some great ideas there. Thank you, Toni. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Look, I can understand, Terry. I'm still working. Well, I'm supposed to be working 4 days a week still in my accounting job, but I've managed to. I'm kind of talking my manager around to getting me down to 3 days, and ideally I'll have a goal that I'm going to leave there within 3 to 6 months. So, but it is a juggle. I absolutely know, it's like there's not many people that can just quit everything else they do and fully focus on the business. So wherever you can pick up tips and tricks and what time saving things is all the better. And for me, that's really listening to like a lot of podcasts. So I fit, when I'm getting ready in the morning, I always listen to a podcast because there's just so much free info. I mean, like there's loads of stuff in the SFM, and that's brilliant. But that's not the end of it. There's just so many different podcasts and things that you can listen to, and it gives you different ideas, and it also confirms things that you learn through the SFM. And so
the only thing I sort of struggle with is when I do a complete overload and I cram so much in, I've actually got to take a week off because the brain just shuts down.
Yeah, and look, that can happen as well. I know that I've kind of done a bit of that over the last 12 months, where there's just so many fantastic shiny things on the internet, and the next minute you're getting emails from about 50 different people, and and it gets overwhelming. And I think when it gets to that, you just really need to pull it back into, right, what is it that is the main thing I need to focus on now that's going to have the biggest impact on my business, and really just cut everything else out. So getting that real balance is because as well I found that I can get tied up in spending heaps of time watching webinars and getting on calls and stuff, but you still need to get focused in on the things that are actually going to move you forward, because you can keep learning all the stuff you want in the world, but until you actually put any of it in action, it's it's not doing anything for you.
That's right. If you've got a really good foundation in place, the rest of it, like webinars and calls and all that sort of stuff, they can sort of take up a full day, but the foundation is what's most important. And I think starting with websites, good quality websites is a good start to a foundation, and then building on that.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And it's just, I think what, a lot of the people are saying is just keeping it really simple to start with, and just really perfecting one thing at a time. And I know, look, I can't say that I did that perfectly well. I absolutely looked at everything. But, it just comes back to that, to really stand out, you want to be really good at something in particular. Because when you're just sort of half good at a whole heap of things, well, you're not really going to be standing out in any particular way. And I think we all have our own, special gifts and special talents and things that we're really, really good at naturally. And, finding those as you go along and really honing in on them is where I think it helps you stand out.
Yep, that's so true, yes.
Mm.
Well, thank you, Toni. I'm going to step down and mute myself now so somebody else can have a go.
Thanks, Terry.
Asking some questions. Thank you.
Toni, it's Rex Taylor. How the hell are you?
Good, Rex. Thank you. How are you?
I'm hot and bothered. It's that sort of day. Where are you?
I'm in Adelaide.
Are you in Adelaide? Oh, somebody has to be, I suppose.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Sydney, inner Sydney, eastern Sydney, Darlinghurst. It's hot. It's hot.
Lovely.
Robbie looks very cool sitting back in his chair there, I've got to say. I had to smile before when you said, oh, picture's gone, damn. When you said about you couldn't be anything but yourself. And I'm just giving you the compliment. You've just got such a natural way about it, and that's winning in itself. And I've gone right off the subject now. I've completely forgotten why I came on to talk to you, apart from saying, hello, you look gorgeous. I'll shut up and get off, and if it comes back to me, I'll come back to you.
No, but Rex, thank you for just pointing that out. I think that is one of the things, and we hear Stuart and Jay and everyone talk about this as being authentic and being yourself. For me, I can't. I think that's what you said. I can't really do it any other way because it's too hard, And,
exactly. Yeah.
And right from the start, I just put myself out there. I branded myself. I've always been ToniEverard.com, which is brilliant because I can take that with me wherever I go. I've really put it out to everyone that I know that I was doing this, because for me, it made me step up. It's like, right, I'm out there. There's no going, oh, geez, it's all got a bit hard. I must quit now, because then I'm going to face everyone that goes, I thought you were doing this wonderful online thing. So, for me, putting myself out there and being who I am has just been the easiest way for me to do it, and the best way for me to stay on track and stay committed and just to keep pushing forward.
I think the internet has really sort of cut a lot of that. People have come to know people who are false, because there's so much falsity on the net anyway. And you can tell, well, I can tell at my age, because I've been in sales for many, many years, just looking at somebody's face, I've got them summed up, and if they're honest or whatever. You're beautiful and you're honest. That's why I'm telling you that.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. I appreciate that. And, look, I don't know, that's just, for me, that's the easiest way to be. So,
yeah, anyway, of course.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gone.
Toni, hi, it's Anthony. We had a brief conversation at the end of Momentum Day in Melbourne. I'm an Adelaidean, so...
yes, I remember, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm really interested in your approach to developing your business. And I guess my first question is, along the way, where's your emphasis been? How much time and effort have you put into, say, promoting SFM and DEA as an income generator? And then how have you apportioned your time to start developing your own business? Because I'm looking to do exactly the same thing. I've been coaching for years in like the career space, outplacement counselling, all of that sort of stuff. And I already do that, but I haven't promoted it actively. So how have you balanced that, the SFM DEA opportunity with your own business?
Yeah, well, look, great question, Anthony. And to be honest, I went full on with the SFM at the start, and I really felt like I was fumbling around a bit. And you know, I had like a few apps, and you know, someone else I think was going to go silver or something like that, and then I had clawbacks, and I just found it like I was just a bit lost in it. And this is where I guess for me it became really apparent that it was about mindset, especially it was about mindset for me, and that's where I sort of then went down into the coaching path. So from that point in time, I haven't been doing much paid advertising. I still had for quite some time some like social media. I had like Nick Edgar and stuff that was posting stuff for me on Twitter, and just regularly posting stuff, and I was getting a bit through that. But then I did decide that for me it was going to be better. I like the education side of the SFM, so it's going to be better for me to create a business around what I was passionate about, because I felt that's what I was promoting, is that people could create a business they were passionate about. So for me, I wanted to create that business that I was passionate about, and then from that space I feel more confident about saying, well, look, this is what you can do with the SFM. And so that's now where I'm going, especially with looking at coaching more into the sort of business side of things, the small businesses and entrepreneurs and that sort of thing. Part of that, you know, obviously while I'm coaching them, I'm going to be offering advice on, you know, online marketing and social media and that kind of stuff. And that's where I can say, well, look, this is the platform that I use, you know, Digital Business Lounge and that sort of thing, and promote it that way. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. And I'm kind of leaning the same way. I've only been on board for the last 6 months, and I've done a lot of paid advertising for SFM, and it's had mixed results. But I'm starting to generate some traction with my blogs and those sorts of things with my my website, which is Career Life Solutions, which is really about career and life coaching and those sorts of things. And I just find it refreshing that I'm starting to get some traction there. And I'm still in the process of trying to figure out, well, okay, so how do I then leverage that sort of stuff to lead people to SFM? So my follow-up question then, in a long-winded sort of way, is what sort of traction then are you getting from your own business and leading people, say, into SFM? Is that producing results, or is really your effort at this stage about promoting your own business and your own consulting services?
Yeah, so I'm very much focused on my coaching business at this point in time. So that's where my energies are going. And like we were saying before with Terry, I mean, like I'm a single mum. I work 3-4 days a week. You know, I've been studying and coaching before work and after work, and there's only so much that you can do at one time. And I guess for me, you know, I do believe it's the long-term thing. And, you know, I've pretty much given myself the 2-year mark of really getting, you know, sort of established and getting results in whichever way. I guess that's now setting these goals has, I guess, and this is the kind of thing that goal setting tends to do for you, is it speeds things up. So this year is looking like things are, you know, happening a lot quicker, primarily in my coaching business, but I see the result of that then transferring to things, you know, how I can, you know, have some traffic through to the SFM and promote that people as well.
I'd love to have a chat to you as a follow-up, I guess, about tapping into the corporate market, and maybe there's an opportunity for us to team up because, I guess my ideas, anyway, we can maybe talk about it at another time. I'll try and contact you some way and we'll have a chat. Yeah.
Absolutely, actually. I don't know. Are we friends on Facebook?
I think we are, actually. Yeah, we are. So I'll find you. Anyway, don't worry.
Send me a message. I'm more than happy to speak to you again.
Yeah, no worries. And, love your passion, love your energy, and, good on you, mate. Keep going.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Anthony, that was the smoothest pickup I've ever seen.
Hi, Toni. It's Chrissy. How are you going?
Oh, good, Chrissy. Hey, how you going?
Good, good. We were sitting on the same table at Momentum Day in Melbourne.
Yeah. Wow,
anyway, I've been following your little video blogs, and I just think they're great. And you've actually inspired me to start doing them.
Beautiful.
And so I've just done one today on being authentic, because you just mentioned that before. And, I just think that, you've been really courageous to step out and do the things that you're doing. And I just hope in 6 months' time I can do some of those things as well. So I just wanted to say congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And look, do you know what? I think I shared a little... I think it's by Marie Forleo the other day on my page that was saying, doing what you love really inspires others to step up and do that as well. And so thank you. I really, really love hearing that. And look, absolutely, just go for it. Absolutely go for it. You're a beautiful lady. I'm sure you'll do really well. Yeah. Have you gone into the 90-day video challenge?
No, I haven't. I only started doing videos a couple of weeks ago, and they're kind of spasmodic when I've got time. And I tend to do them on my way home from work because I'm stuck in traffic. And, you're just sitting there and thinking, oh, well, I'll just turn the phone on and have a little chat to someone,
Yeah, no, perfect. Look, and I did that as well, but I highly recommend the 90-day video challenge.
Okay.
And as well for the people that you connect with in that group, they're really, really inspiring. And you'll learn lots of stuff from other people. And I found, because I did the same, I've got little things of mount on my dash and everything, so I could do videos on the way to work. And I guess the few things that did for me was, number one, it made me listen to podcasts every day so that I would come up with something new to talk about every day. It was good because I was learning and sharing at the same time. Became comfortable on video, connected with some really beautiful people, learned lots of stuff from the other people in the challenge. And I think as well, it gets you to commit to doing something daily towards your business, and you have to make that priority. And look, and I did one video every single day, and I tell you, there were days I had my friends hens night and everything in there. There was one day that I was but I still managed to pop in and say hello. This is about it for me today. But
good on you.
So beautiful. I'll go for it.
Thanks very much.
Chris, put a light on your face. Chris?
I can't. Really?
Oh, you can't?
No. I've got a light in front of me.
Lighting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got like every light on and my lamp shining at me and all kinds of things. I should get a proper light.
Yeah, I should.
Nothing wrong with your light.
Yeah,
it's shining bright.
Thank you. So is there anything else anyone's got they would like to chat about?
I'll ask more questions.
Go for it.
Is your primary method of promoting your business through video and through Facebook? Is that the way that you're doing it?
So Facebook I do a lot of, and I use my personal profile in conjunction. So I've been going into a lot of different groups as well. So groups that I think with people that are interested in coaching and that sort of thing, and I chat with them and I make friends with them, and then there's a part in your business page where you can invite people to like your page. So everyone I'm friends with, I invite them to like my business page, so they can come through that way. And also, I do a little bit of Instagram, but not very much. I think I do particularly like use the video, because I find it easy just to shoot a 2-minute video and people can hear you and see you, and it's different. If I type something, I sit there and edit it until it's perfect. If I shoot a video, I'm like, geez, I'll stuff that word up, but I don't care. It's whatever.
What you see is what you get, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And just recently I've sort of got into LinkedIn, and I found with LinkedIn as well that I've updated my profile, and I just go through and connect with people. I've been on different LinkedIn courses that say, oh, you should be properly introduced to these people, and I'm like, do you know what, I've not found that. I just go and connect. People happily connect, and then they have a look at your profile, and then they've sort of message me and ask me a bit more about what I do and all that kind of stuff. So that's been, and again, I guess that's the difference for me. I guess Facebook, I feel like, is probably primarily a bit more of on individuals and personal side coaching, and then LinkedIn obviously going more into the businesses. So I'm still sort of looking at perhaps setting up a second funnel that's going to be, I guess a little bit more business orientated, and going down that way. But that's, they're my 2 main things. Like I've got, like I said, I've got Instagram, but like I'm not really, that's a real mix of just me and a little bit of business stuff. I've got Twitter, but I just have things post there automatically, really. I can't say that I'm an expert. I've got, 3,000 followers. I don't really know how that happened. but yeah, definitely Facebook, I think, for me, and LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying about LinkedIn as a pathway. I've got I guess a number of strategies that I coach my clients in terms of expanding their network through LinkedIn. It's definitely the professional scene, and it's really, really easy to make connections there. And it's as easy as just joining some groups, making some comments, and then approaching people that have written good comments to say, look, I really enjoyed your comment, blah, blah, blah. Would love to, connect with you, and so on. And of course, and I guess from a business promotion perspective, how I've been using it is that as I've been developing blogs which are related to job search and career management, I'm just whacking them on LinkedIn, and that's going to my network of contacts and so on. And I think it's, if you're looking to generate business in the corporate sector, that you need a strategy on LinkedIn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it is just, but I find it's just a little bit easier than Facebook in that, Facebook's more personal. People are a bit more protective about their profiles and information, whereas LinkedIn is a lot more public, and people don't tend to have, really private information there. They're there to be seen. And so even like things like, if I've seen someone's looked at my profile, I'll shoot them a message and say, hey, look, I noticed you're looking at my profile. Is there something that I can help you with? And people are really responsive to that sort of stuff on LinkedIn. So
I agree entirely. It's a fabulous networking tool. Again, because of my area of career management and that, I've started email dialogues and those sorts of things with people literally all over the world, and people are really receptive to approaches. And I think I can be much more strategic in what I'm doing, but I'm continually surprised at the quality of connections that I've been able to make through LinkedIn.
Yeah, similarly. And look, I really think that you've really got that good kind of personality as well, where you come across really authentic and genuine, and I would say, that would work really well for you. So yeah, brilliant.
Okay, tick the box. I'll keep doing it. Thanks.
So who else have we got on tonight's call? How many people are here? We got 11.
11, yeah.
Anyone else there that wants to say hello? I haven't met before. It's not that scary. I'm not pretty sure.
No, I wouldn't say you were scary either.
What about you, Robbie? Have you got any questions or comments?
No, not really. Or is it? You got something to say? You got a question there, John?
Oh, I might as well say something.
Hey, John.
Hello. I'm in Adelaide as well. So there's
Good
a few
idea.
of us.
Place to be. Place to be.
Hi, John. See, I know. Who was it? Rex was talking about Adelaide. Someone's going to be in Adelaide. Well, look, Rex.
Maybe
Rex, come on over, mate.
No, I'm more than familiar with Adelaide. Years ago, I did about 9 contract seasons with the State Opera of South Australia, and I quite like Adelaide, but I haven't been back since then. I only knew it in a work context.
Oh, we've changed, mate. We've changed.
I'm sorry, John.
It only gets better.
We just talked over you there, John. I'm sorry. Did you have something that you wanted to chat about?
No, not particularly. I was just trying to create some conversation, save your awkwardness.
Oh, no, that's great. So, John, how long have you been with the SFM?
I think I'm up to almost a month now.
Yeah, brilliant.
So, yeah,
Exciting.
still quite new. I've decided to basically put everything into it. So I'll be leaving my current job in about probably 2 to 3 months. So I've got a fair bit of work to do.
Yeah, wow. That's fantastic. Really exciting, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been in Adelaide for 12 months, just over. But I'll be moving to Sydney or Brisbane at the end of that sort of 2 to 3 months when I leave work, because I moved down here with work and I'm now obviously no longer required or don't want to do it. So big career change, and yeah, I'll get us a red up.
Excellent. So what career have you been in? Or are you
in the Air Force. So.
Okay. Yeah, right. Oh, that's great. So is that sort of a niche that you're looking at?
It's one of the many possibilities. There's obviously so many choices if you want to go to that real specific level, or just sort of go broad of someone in my similar situation, or who I'm going to target that just wants a lifestyle change, basically.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent. So how are you going through the modules and everything?
Pretty good. I think I've done module 5, but I'm just basically absorbing as much as I can on a daily basis without sort of burning out, I guess, because obviously you want to get the quality sort of learning, not just, trying to cram it all in.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is really key. I found with myself when I first got into it, I was just like, oh my God, let's just do everything as fast as possible. And I think you can miss some of it. And so definitely trying to soak it all in as you go from the start is a good way to go, for sure. Yeah,
but I'm looking at it from really enjoying the journey, not sort of looking for that quick result. So because I've got the attitude, it's sort of really working to my advantage, and a lot of doors have opened since I've made this actual decision to do it.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it's good.
Yeah, fantastic.
I think it's the best attitude.
I think all these Adelaide people, sorry, Rex, all these Adelaide people, we should have a bit of a meeting. I didn't realise there were so many people happening in Adelaide.
Yeah.
There's a few more.
It's the place to be, guys. It's the place to be.
What's Benjamin Bruce? Is that his name?
Yeah, Benjamin.
He's in Adelaide as well, isn't he? Yeah.
So there's 4 of you.
And my friend Natasha Bell.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of ladies as well.
Group and create a group.
Natasha actually set up a group, I think, Toni, didn't she? Wasn't that the story?
She did. Yeah, she did. I don't know if I've seen anything happening there. Maybe we should fire it back up, Anthony.
I think we need to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I've got another question for you then. So what would your top 3 tips be for someone new to SFM? So John's relatively new. I'm relatively new. Knowing what you know, and I guess for people like Robbie and other people that have been in longer than us, what would be your top 3 tips? What would you suggest that we do?
Look, I guess, like we were just speaking with John before, it's really important to just really, I think, take your time going through those modules and really, absorb as much as you can. I think the other thing that's really important is, that I did a bit of this with Greg and Fiona is, when you've got a lot on, I think it's really important to get a bit of a schedule happening with your week and planning out you know, what it is that you're going to do, so that you're not, you know, spending all of your time on webinars, or you're not, you know, spending all of your time writing blogs. That you have a balance of doing things that are, you know, towards making money. So really nailing those things down. And look, mindset really is, I think, is the big one, and that's, you know, what I really found. So I know they talk a lot about doing your meta stories and all that sort of stuff, and really doing whatever it is that you can. Because I mean, the thing is, you know, what I've really found is going through and all the coaching that I've done is that you can't out succeed the image that you have of yourself. So, you know, nothing's going to suddenly happen to make you successful. You have to believe that you're successful.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's for me, I think, is probably the biggest thing. Is yeah, see yourself as being that person now.
And I think the other tip I picked up before and also previously is just to be yourself and be authentic, and that breeds its own confidence, and over time it just comes naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I could see Sandra. Hello, Sandra. I think I could see Sandra popping in some chat saying that kind of same stuff as well. So yeah, definitely.
I'm actually from Brisbane. That's where I should be.
The only other thing I'd add to what Terry has said is to simply, if you've got any doubts about any questions and you need answers for, just yell out. You know, either to the guys in England or here online on the Thursday night. Don't you know, hover any doubts about questions. Just get an answer to them, because it's all there.
Yeah,
I think it's the best thing ever.
And you don't have
perfect, Rex. I think good one.
You can post the questions on our Facebook page, and people will answer you.
Yeah, definitely make most of the community. I think that's something that I could have done more of as well when in the first early stages. So yeah, definitely there's always people willing to help. Robbie and Sandra have obviously always been, you know, particularly brilliant in that area, as well as the other groups and things that are around. So yeah.
It's good to have the groups and that, and the Down Under and all the other different community groups that are available in SFM back office there, but also forming personal contact with other members as well between momentum days, because there's such a big gap between the last one and the next one, just catching up in between. I see there's so many little groups popping up, and Stuart highly recommends that we all connect, because some of us are stronger in one way and not in other ways, and as a group we all can help each other, and which is why that's inspired me to do the event down in Orange in May, so help others. So just because there's areas that I'm struggling, but putting it as a text question, it's too hard to explain how to work it out and get through the challenge of the task at hand. But when you've got somebody actually sitting there with you and actually going through it step by step with you, sometimes that visual is better than doing a Skype or doing it through a text thing. So yeah, having all these little groups popping up everywhere is just brilliant between momentum days, and having that continuous contact with SFM members that are on the same line.
Yeah, good point, Terry. And you know, I don't think it's any coincidence that a lot of these people that are performing really well are in groups or partnerships.
Yeah.
We look at, you know, Chris and Gerard and the girls, and you know, Lionel and all the people, you know, I think when you're in a situation where you've got someone to work with, because I think this is one of the things that I've noticed speaking to people is that you know, it can be really difficult if you're doing this business and the people that you live with or your partner or whatever doesn't really understand what it is that you're doing. So definitely, Terry, I think that's really good point, is to surround yourself or have contact with other people that you can chat with, you can work through problems with. Yeah. Definitely.
It's one of the questions I put to SFM support, because I didn't want to go out and sort of put my hand up to have people join me as a team, to combine like a group set up team, and the ruling around that kind of thing, because there are certain things and memberships and things like that come into contact.
Oh, is that noise? Oh.
Nobody's printing.
What's that?
I think if everybody who's not talking turns their microphone off, that is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I've kind of heard a bit of that got chopped off, Terry. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I was basically saying is, I had approached SFM back office and asked them what their opinion was on joining up with other team members, because recently I've had to step down from Elite Plus down to Basic due to financial circumstances that sort of had put me in that spot, and it's been a bit of a challenge to get back up there because ongoing situations, and I put it to them about teaming up with other members and having them come in, like if they weren't comfortable sort of staying at the level they're at, or if they were, just different ways around becoming a team, and how that would go about, whether they had to cancel memberships or they could keep memberships or things like that. So it was quite an interesting conversation to go down that path, and so that prompted me to put my little post in Down Under about connecting up with team members that might be interested to connect and form a team to become stronger, network, to basically help each other get a business up and running.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, because where I am, I'm pretty isolated, and you see a lot of pictures of me going out there in the paddock with the dam and the bush and that. So
And the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, got plenty of those. But for me, I have to get into a town. It's like a good hour away. So I'm trying to outreach local towns about an hour away, 2 hours away. So I'm broadening that sector there, and not just looking in my own backyard, because they're all farmers and very old farmers here, so they're not interested in the internet. So just to get it out there and get that extra help. I'm not very strong in YouTube advertising and things like that. So there's areas I'm not strong in. So by teaming up with others that might be stronger in that area, but not in blogging or different areas. Just, I figure it's a win-win situation for everybody if it form teams.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's really been proved in a lot of situations in the SFM that people have had greater success when they've teamed up. So yeah, great idea, Terry. I think if you've got that intention and focus, that's something you quite possibly achieve and set up for sure.
Yeah.
Terry, as an outsider looking in, to Terry this is, I find it surprising that you're not that you're pulling back from getting out there, because I find you're an extremely strong woman, personality, projection-wise, on camera, on the phone, online, whatever. So I just want to give you that boost to your confidence if is necessary. And from your earlier comments just now, I think it probably is. Get your body out there, girl. You've got it.
Yeah, thank you, Rex. It's just I've got a few family challenges that are a little bit more priority at the moment.
No, sure. But they'll pass eventually as well. Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's, I have other projects on the back burners as well that I'm working on as well. I've just launched a new website, and just things that are sort of still taking the focus, but family's coming first at the moment.
Well, you know where to come for love, that's all.
I've got a sister that lives down in Sydney, so don't be surprised I don't come for a visit.
I didn't mean come to me, to Sydney. I mean come the group on the Thursday night. But come on, bring it on, girl, bring it on.
See, now who's got all the pickup lines, right?
That's the second pickup line for the night.
No, look, I agree with all of that. Terry's definitely got some really strong leadership happening there, and yeah, definitely, she has a lot of support here. So, and that's one of the beautiful things about the SFM, really, is that how much everyone pulls together and supports each other. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've been building a lot of
team up with someone on the other side of the world if we're in a digital age. So if you want to team up with people, they don't have to be in your immediate location.
No, that's right. I spend a lot of time chatting with Margaret, and she's in Western Australia. So yeah, we sort of we spend a lot of time chatting and working together and just communicating ideas. Probably 5-6 days out of a week, probably on a good stretch. Isn't it, Margaret? Yeah. So and I help others as well. I sort of link in with Susan and a few others as well. But I've got building up a lot of foundation with my business at home whilst I'm focusing on the family. So it's basically just setting a little bit of time aside for everybody, and yeah, I love the challenges and just helping people, and yeah, if I can do it, I'll get out there and help.
Brilliant.
Can I ask a techo question, Toni?
Yeah.
What do you use for your websites? Are you using Optimized Press? I mean, you'd be on WordPress, I guess, but I've been through the Gold training recently and talking about Optimized Press. Have you any experience with that, or what do you use anyway for your websites? Divi or?
So I did buy Optimized Press and never did anything with it. I to be honest, I'm not a massive tech head. I can do things. My website that I've just upgraded now, so it's still ToniEverard.com, but I've just had it redesigned, and that's using a thing called Salient, which is Salient, and it's not a free one. I think it costs $50, $60 or something. I don't know, but
yeah.
But yeah, and that one just has it's got more features that I'm using at the moment, but it's just got capability that I can add things onto it, and I just like the design and the feel of it, and yeah, and it's quite, I find it quite easy to use and change and different things. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. How are we going for time there, Robbie?
We're 2 minutes to midnight here. So if anyone does,
If anyone's been chatting messages to me, because I've not been really paying attention to that, so I'm not ignoring anyone. I've kind of haven't really been reading them. So if there's anyone's said anything in there to me, I'm trying to have a quick quiz through.
No,
feel free to
just been general
come out and ask me.
comments on what's happening on the call.
I think Margaret asked Toni if you could put that link in. Probably, I guess she's talking about the theme, where you bought the theme from for your website. Yep.
Oh, okay, Salient. Okay, I'll have to go and find that, and I'll forward it to you, Margaret.
And the link to your website.
Is that a catch theme, Toni?
Adam?
Is that a catch theme? Your theme that you just bought, Salient, is that like from Catch Themes or Pro Themes? Or?
I don't even know. I actually had some help with that, Sandra, so I've been working with a girl that's helped me with that, so I would have to find out. Because I'm not a massive tech head when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I know you're not a massive tech head when it comes to that. I was just trying to clear that up for Anthony, because besides Optimized Press, you know, a lot of people think that that's an actual website. Well, it's actually more of a theme than it is a website. It's a
bit of a plug-in sort of thing.
It can be a plug-in or it can be a theme. There's two sides to Optimized Press. And
yeah, you're right, actually, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people get stuck with it. But you know, the platform that we're building our websites on is actually WordPress, and there are so many themes for WordPress, and you've just got to know what you want to build for your website. Not every website is going to have the same thing, and this is mainly for you, Anthony, as well. And you're doing the gold training. You'll find this out in the gold training, because the gold training is brilliant. It has so much stuff in there. But basically, before you actually build a website, you really should sit down and you should write down the domain name that you want to buy for your website, and you should see it and have a look and see if that's available. You should also write down what you want your website to be, where it's going, what customers you want it to appeal to, what people you want it to appeal to. You need to basically draw up a little plan, just like you would draw up a business plan for your business. A website is the same thing, because it's basically your storefront. It's your office where people are going to walk straight in online and see either all your services or all your products. And each website that you build will have a different theme. And there are so many different themes out there. There's pro themes, there's catch themes, and you can buy different themes that do different things. You don't necessarily need to always buy optimized press. So, you know, before you go in and rush out and buy anything for your website, just make sure you're clear on what you want to do with your website, what services you're offering, what your target market is, and where your vision for that website is, and where you see it being in the next 2-3 years, the traffic flow that you're going to have coming to it, the functionality you want for it, whether you want it to be a membership site or, you know, a shopping cart site. There are so many different things you can do with a website out there. So yeah, draw up a little plan about your website first, and that will give you a good starting point for building a good quality website for anything at all.
That's really good advice, Sandra. I probably built 5 websites in about 4 weeks without any strategy at all in mind, and used different themes and those sorts of things. And I guess that's probably typical for the early days. You know, your information overload. You don't know where you're going, and ideally take a step back and figure out where you're going first before you fire your shots. But
take a step back. And Anthony, take a look at your 5 websites. Now that you've got them, take a look at them, see which ones you want to shut down, because you can always park domain names. If you don't want to hand the domain names back, you can always park the domain names and make money off of those later on, because they can actually be digital real estate domain names.
Yeah.
So you can park them and make money off of those later on and sell them, or you can just, you know, hand them back to the company or put them up for sale now anyway. But take a step back, have a look at all 5 websites and see which one or which few appeal to you and what you want to do with 1 or 2 of them. Even if you just sort of park the other, you know, say you pick 2 and park the other 3, you know, and just put like a coming soon page up on them, you know, and just leave them sitting there online, and just work on 2 of the websites or 1 of the websites, and getting that to the vision that you want it to be and what you want it to, you know, how you want it to function.
That's cool, all good. I hear exactly what you're saying. In fact, like for the ones that I'm not active, there's no need to do anything, because people aren't going to find it anyway. So I'll just park the domains for those.
Yeah, well, sometimes minimalizing your life in life and business can actually be a step towards success. So a lot of the time, simplifying your business life can actually see you succeed a lot quicker. It's something that I've been teaching quite a few people, like Bo Naden and a couple of other guys that I've helped get onto the leaderboards in SFM. I've helped them to minimalize their business, simplify it, and only have 5 steps that they follow, and that's how they've managed to go from information overload and their business is not doing anything at all to getting onto the leaderboards and actually having some success with their businesses.
Yeah, no, good one. Thanks, Sandra.
You're welcome.
Great advice. Nice to hear your voice, Sandra. I feel like I haven't had you for ages.
Yeah, it's been a bit hectic with me on the home front, as you probably seen, Toni, and most people would know, with things and stuff. But you know, getting back out there. Margaret inspired me with all her fitness videos and stuff, so I thought, oh damn it, you know, I need to follow her rule of thumb, and I joined a fitness club, and I'm 4 days in now. I'm gonna 5 days on at the health club and 2 days off. So yeah,
fantastic, awesome.
I quit smoking as well. So
oh, that's the best thing.
Brilliant, well done,
guys. Sandra, indeed, I gave up cigarettes over 12 months ago, and I said just today as I was walking down the street with Henry, and we walked past a cigarette shop. Every time I walk past a cigarette shop or I see somebody else smoking a cigarette up the footpath, I think, how fabulous that I kicked the habit. Go for it, girl, go for it. Now listen, you guys, Terry, thank you so much for your time.
Toni.
Lovely looking at you. I might be gay, but I love looking at beautiful blonde ladies.
Oh, are you talking to me? Oh, Terry. Who?
Toni.
I've got to go. So thank you all so much. Love you all. See you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you, Rex.
see you, Rex.
Bye-bye.
You know, I'm actually in hiding because I'm in my PJs, and I've been very run off my feet this today, and yeah, not very presentable. So I just sort of thought, bugger it, I'll present myself as in listening mode, and yeah, just hide behind my some kind of image there.
That's all right, Terry. You can do that. I'm always in listening mode because I don't have enough CPU in my small laptop that I do the call on to actually run a video. If I turn on my video, it just shuts it down completely. So.
Oh, it just when you're running around after 3 other kids, and you know, my boy was up at 5 o'clock this morning doing shearing, and then I was up till 3 doing HSC with my daughter, and then 9:30. Between times, I'm trying to catch a bit of shut eye, and the youngest one was off doing a craft segment till about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I just walked in and she said, "Can we watch a movie?" And I just sat there and fell asleep on her shoulder, and I'm like, it's like it brought me back to when she was falling asleep at her dinner at the age of 2. So I thought, good on you.
Oh, look, Terry, sometimes family, you know, when we're trying to do so much and we have, you know, a specific family circumstance that we have to take care of that, you know, is quite intensive, it can actually be both physically and emotionally draining, to the point where you sit down to do something with one of the kids or whatever, and you do just doze off. You know, it's just, it happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world, though. I just love being active all the time. When I have to sit around and do nothing, I get a little sad. And yeah, it just I'm more of a hands-on kind of person, so I sort of it inspires the inspiration to create blogs and posts and things like that, and do all. When I'm out doing shipping in the paddock, it's sort of like you've got these ideas running through your head, and you just can't wait to get back to the computer to put them out there and put them in force. And yeah, it's just I love it. I just think it's fun.
No worries. If we've got no more questions, we might just call it a night.
I'm saying howdy and good night. Thanks, Toni, and good on you, Robbie. You good, mate? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Excellent.
Thanks
all right.
for coming on, Toni, and it's been great hearing your story and all about it tonight.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Sandra. Thanks, everyone that come on, and